It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. My people make we shout, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come, yo. This one not the off in mind. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. My people make we shout, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come, yo. This one not they off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. My people make you shout, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live.
Àṣírí àjẹlù kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Some newcomers on Maiyegun's Diary Politico are not really comfortable with this early start or the beginning of the program like this. They said, cut short the song and just go straight to the program. Sorry, you are new. You see, this part is the part that you can call the call to service or call to worship. The temple is opened, and while we wait for others, we welcome you. That is why when you are watching Maiyegun's Diary Political replay, right, you can fast forward the first 6-7 minutes. It's so important. All right. Share the broadcast.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast. drop your own offering, which is like the broadcast, then share it, because we are starting in a moment.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ, àní ẹ̀sùn láti. Presido bá rúfin o, àní ẹ̀sùn láti. Kí gómìnà gbówó jẹ, àní ẹ̀sùn láti. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí fa, àní ẹ̀sùn láti. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Chinaza, Phillips, Okoye, Michael says, the police lied. We know they lied.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé.
Thank you. Motideo. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live. Having said that, I hope you have read the caption as I kind of directed, right? The description. That is also to help you understand what you are about to spend your next 2-3 hours on. So we are starting with the news, the breaking news, when the Nigerian police said they have captured the kingpin of all kidnappers in Abuja. This was their response to public outcry that although Nigeria is not safe for anybody, including your criminal politicians, however, the fact that the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria, Abuja, the seat of power, was under the siege of Fulani kidnappers, Fulani terrorists, who are no longer staying in the bush or staying by the roadside to kidnap people, but go straight into their safest homes. While the people were crying, like since Kolu came in, since Tifnumbu came in, the insecurity in and around Abuja has escalated, and therefore prompted the public outcry. It was massive. I was one of those town criers that how could this even be possible? While that was going on, Wike, the unelected governor of Abuja, was in Rivers State, where he was there flexing his muscles, his political muscles, fighting for supposedly his political survival. Why the Abuja people have to go to bed with their 2 eyes opened. So, Kolu was in Lagos, especially the one that happened in Plateau, Bokos, and then Sakin Bakin Ladi, where over 200 people were slaughtered. Kolu was in Lagos, where all the governors, including the governors of the states under attack, were paying him celebratory visits. All of this were going on. Then the new year came. In response, because everybody knew those who were kidnapping them and then killing them, especially in that part of Nigeria, Fulani terrorists. The criminals in government who were supposed to actually be sincere, honest, and straightforward with the people, if you really believe that fighting and combating terrorism requires the support of the people, but they came back with an agenda. I knew it. I knew it. They came back with an agenda and they said, it wasn't Fulani that have been kidnapping people in Abuja. In fact, it is one Chinaza Phillips from Abuja Chinaza Phillips. Oh, I think we got your agenda. Because immediately, the Nigerian police released that statement that day. The jihadist apologist, the Fulani terrorist apologist on social media, because they are also on social media. Do you know that? Yeah, the terrorists have network, they have phones, they call, they make calls, they have banks, they withdraw money. Seriously, they do. They are on social media. They latched on it. Yes, everybody come and see. Oh, in fact, God, this country, so it is these Igbo people. They are those behind kidnappings in Abuja. It was the agenda, the propaganda of the police. And I did say to all of you that even though we didn't know what this China, we don't even know if the name is real, okay? But eventually we pointed out some of the lapses in the script, remember? Like him changing clothes in their custody, had no gunshot wound when he was first paraded, and then having a gunshot wound afterward that he was on a stretcher. He couldn't talk, but finally he talked. He spoke to the media, and he said, for those who know Nigeria police very well, he had no idea about their agenda, but here, the Nigeria police want to make somebody, a name they made up, to be the face of the insecurity in Abuja. And you see, those terrorist apologists on social media, boom, they jumped on it. Yeah, they jumped on it. But we said, hey, don't even try to also jump on it yourself by trying to put up a defense towards a state scripted propaganda. It was intentional. It was intentional. So if you jump on there to start defending, you have no idea who this guy is in the first place. He might be a criminal, and then this is the Nigerian police doing their thing. They need somebody to put out there. This time around, an Igbo sounded name, fake. By the time they came out to that, they were releasing a statement, and they were parading the supposed kingpin of kidnappings in Abuja. They paraded, they sort of uploaded the image of 3 rusty Beretta guns. All of the victims of kidnappings in Abuja, they all came back to say they were kidnapped by Fulani terrorists carrying AK-47 guns. So the guy said, listen, I want to call on Pablo Escobar, who understand that a man who can do the crime must also be ready to do the time. He is not going to do the time for a crime he never committed. And the agenda to make him the face of kidnappings in Abuja is to distract everyone away from the real culprit, because the real culprits, the Fulani terrorists, the Boko Haram terrorists, their sponsors, they are in government. So everybody is very afraid. They can't say Fulani terrorists in Nigeria. They call them bandits. Fulani terrorists invaded another community in Enugu yesterday. They kidnapped 4 women who are working in a new, what do you call it? A palm a palm oil company or factory in Enugu. I'll come back to that. Fulani terrorists. However, I don't want you to take my word for it, okay? And I don't actually want you to also believe everything this guy has to say. But I can go on it and say, you probably would never believe the criminal police themselves, right? The whole thing is so shady. To the point that it seems to have been like a lost cause, blaming the kidnappings in Abuja on this manufactured Chinaza Phillips that they later added Okoye, Michael. Do you get that now? The guy said, no, I'm not. Pablo, you know, say in the criminal world, now the crime where you do, you go get the punishment for. Listen to him. Chinaza, the supposed kingpin of kidnappers in Abuja, Nasarawa, and all these places. The guy said they were car snatchers, they armed robbers. Armed robbery is an act of terrorism too. All right? But if you now catch an armed robber and paraded him as the leader of all of the kidnappers, collecting ransoms, and you have no, you know what I mean? You have no other thing than to say, we found the 3 Beretta guns on him and he confessed to it. Here is the guy, just for the record.
First of all, I want to greet the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You said? Mr. Bola Tinubu.
He's greeting the president.
And the ordinary president. Like the family. But anything I say today, let it be recorded.
That's why we are here.
I know some people will say I'm lying because this is how we always do. I'm going to say, everything I'm going to say is the truth and nothing but the truth. Between God and man, between God that created the heaven and the earth, I'm not a kidnapper. I repeat, I'm not a kidnapper. I've not been in this business for any long at all. Let me explain how.
How many have you kidnapped?
I've not kidnapped any, sir. With due respect.
So what happened on that?
I will explain.
Why are you here? What happened on that?
I will explain. I and my friend Chilobere, we went on patrol. Okay, the aim was to collect car.
To collect car, to rob?
Collect car, yes.
To steal?
Car, yes.
Okay.
So, I'm getting to Little Lorry. There are 3 years. So, my friend was the one riding the car. The owner of the car. His name is, I don't know his voice. Normally call him Yellow because I don't know him, but my friend know him very well. Because my friend can speak Hausa, but me I can't. So after passing that very position, the Yellow now saw the back healers and said he should turn back. And after turning back, that's how my friend drove into the compound. And they asked the man for the key. The man gave them the key. To be sincere, their aim and plan was not to take the man with them. But I don't know why the Yellow, which is the one that is sponsoring the whole, that has the car and that has the weapons, say the man should enter the back seat. So me sitting there, I can't say anything because Chidebere is in the Benz, and the Yellow is driving the man's car. I collected the key, and the man is inside the back seat. Me too, I'm at the back seat. So we drove. So not knowing that why Yellow took the man along was he needed to collect some money from him. So Yellow asked him, how much does he have in his account? The man first said it was 5 million. Then later on, he said it was 2 million. And Yellow now said, no problem. I was going to give him the money, but nobody's going to touch him, that we don't keep you, we are not kidnappers. So and so. So me, I didn't say anything. Even when they interviewed me for the first time, the suspect was there. The complainant, which is the man, he knows everything. He knows that me that's inside there, I don't have power to say anything. I don't have power to talk to Yellow. I don't have power to talk to the other person. It was Howard that is sitting with close to the man.
I kind of just mixed that. Okay, sorry that I had to cut it because I'm trying to put other things behind. Anyway, I think he said all that really matters. The rest are just going to be like trying to plead and say, "Please help me." Oh, they are trying to make me what I am not. Oh, the Nigeria Police PPRO, the one Muyiwa Oladejobio. So what's that his name again? Who came out to say, now those who said this is not true, this is blah, 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 blah. That's the guy. You are never going to hear anything from him again. They are never going to show you his face again. Okay? Because the purpose they shared and published his face and all of that was to divert attention from the real terrorists. So that you can stop saying, hey, but you see, all this why everybody has been complaining about Fulani. We didn't know that, they are the Igbos. Oh, it is the Kanuris. Oh, it is this, it is that. All this kind of agenda leave everyone even in the worst place, which simply means that the criminals continue to roam free, and they can continue to pop up, what do you call it? Some poster boys to say, oh, we just paraded 200 criminals. And while they are parading the ones they said are committing the main crimes, that crime is still being committed. Why they are parading those ones? So you cannot use propaganda to fight, terrorism. So to say, if the propaganda is not against the terrorist, if you are putting up propaganda to deceive your people, you can't win any war on terror that way, right? Where the Wike on the part said, listen, guys, this whole insecurity in Abuja is politically motivated. In fact, he is also suggesting that maybe in Fubara, they send people to Abuja so that they will make Abuja unsafe. And they will make him look like a failure in the face of Tifnumbu. So some his political enemies, they are the ones making Abuja unsafe. Typical, right? Listen to him. And that's what we take us to reverse afterward, by the way.
Mandatory. Some of these things are political.
This one.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. The so-called alarm. You don't know. Some politicians are bent on making sure the government does not survive. And how do you do it? By creating unnecessary tension, by carrying propaganda that something just happened there. They tell you it has happened 25 times. You must understand how our system works. There are those who are blackmailers who are paid. They are paid. Tell me, how am I going home on a Friday? Do you understand what I'm saying? How does it affect you not taking security serious?
They say you're distracted, and that's
what
distracted
what?
By reverse politics.
What is the politics? So the only time the kidnapping is when I'm not around on Saturday. So they don't kidnap Monday to Friday when I'm around. So these are the things we'll tell you. So you now see that is political. That is propaganda. That is blackmail. When we came here, people said everything in Abuja has collapsed. The refuse are taking over the place. No street lights, no road. Right? People are saying so. How many of you have even come out to commend us that in these 5 months you have been in office, we are seeing changes? All you do is pick one that has not been solved or that appears to be the problem then. You forget the ones that government have put effort and which are yielded results.
Nuisance Lele.
That's very Wike. Politician is going to always kind of make it about himself. And in that regard, security of lives and properties, which is a 24 hours, 7 days, 24 hours a day job, 7 days a week, and then 365 days job. To them, it's pretty much like some people are just blackmailing us. You have seen the videos of those places affected in Abuja, where people got kidnapped, for those who have had their family members or loved ones killed because they couldn't pay the ransom. You've seen all of that. To these guys, it's all blackmail. In fact, some people are being paid to make it look like Abuja is not safe. So that's why I said that sometimes you can use propaganda to gain power or get a job. I don't know, but when it is time for you to do the job, you can't use propaganda. You have to actually really do the job. It is the job that will speak for you or against you. It's as simple as that. But these guys don't really care. That's why I said they are probably one of the luckiest. Nigerian politicians are the luckiest politicians on the surface of this earth. You know that? It's a place where they don't have to be responsible for anything. In fact, trying to be responsible can put you in trouble. Have you not noticed? In case if you have not been paying attention. Not saying anything. All right? Not explaining anything. Is pretty much convenient for them. Because every time they try to kind of say something, they say stupid things that gets people more angrier and angrier. So, unfortunately, anyway, I would have taken us straight to Rivers State, where finally the Supreme Court of Nigeria ruled that Fubara is their governor. So all the worries, the fear, the talk of why he's not been able to act was because of the Supreme Court and all that. And with the Wike's influence, that seems to be in the past now, but the Wahala is not over yet. So we'll go to Rivers State. But I still want to stick to this Fulani terrorism and the havoc they are wrecking. Kalu left Nigeria yesterday for France, private visit. He got it, not working or anything, right? Just private. While the people continue to bury their loved ones killed by Fulani terrorists in Plateau State. Mangu remained under attack even till now. And the accusation of the involvement of the Nigerian military protecting the terrorists, and then, in fact, shooting at these people, preventing them from, fighting back. More videos of such have also emerged on the internet. I'm going to share some of them with you. So somebody said that, they would love to see the full interview of that Chinaza before we go into any other thing. I'm so sorry that I kind of interrupted it earlier, okay? So let's go back onto it. It's a quick one for those who probably just joining as well. The lead right for this broadcast. Chinaza Okoye, please.
Yes, I want to greet the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You said? Mr. Bola Tinubu.
He's greeting the President.
And the ordinary President. Like the family. But anything I say today, let it be recorded.
That's why we are here.
I know some people will say I'm lying because this is how we always do. I'm going to say, everything I'm going to say is the truth and nothing but the truth. Between God and man, between God that created the heaven and the earth, I'm not a kidnapper. I repeat, I'm not a kidnapper. I've not been in this business for any long at all. Let me explain how.
How many have you kidnapped?
I've not kidnapped any, sir. With due respect.
So what happened on that?
I will explain.
Why are you here? What happened on that?
I will explain. I and my friend Chilobere, we went on patrol. Okay, the aim was to collect car.
To collect car, to rob?
Collect car, yes.
To steal?
Car, yes.
Okay.
So, I'm getting to Little Lorry. like 3 years. So my friend was the one riding the car. The owner of the car. His name is, I don't know his voice. Normally call him Yellow because I don't know him, but my friend know him very well. Because my friend can speak Hausa, but me I can't. So after passing that very position, the Yellow now saw that he lost and said he should turn back. And after turning back, that's how my friend drove into the compound. And they asked the man for the key. The man gave them the key. To be sincere, their aim and plan was not to take the man with them. But I don't know why the Yellow, which is the one that is sponsoring the whole, that has the car and that has the weapons, say the man should enter the back seat. So me sitting there, I can't say anything because Chidebere is in the Benz, and the Yellow is driving the man's car. I collected the key, and the man is inside the back seat. Me too, I'm at the back seat. So we drove. So not knowing that why Yellow took the man along was he needed to collect some money from him. So Yellow asked him, how much does he have in his account? The man first said it was 5 million. Then later on, he said it was 2 million. And Yellow now said, no problem. I was going to give him the money, but nobody is going to touch him, that we don't keep you, we are not kidnappers, so and so. So me, I didn't say anything. Even when they interviewed me for the first time, the suspect was there. The complainant, which is the man, he knows everything. He knows that me that's inside there, I don't have power to say anything. I don't have power to talk to Yellow. I don't have power to talk to the other person. It was Howard that is sitting with close to the man. I was pointing the man gun, and Yellow that is driving. That's it. So they want to snatch the car and take it to move it to Kano.
So how many guns were you people carrying that day?
Yellow normally come from Kano. The first day he came was on 16th. Understand me? He came on 16th. So that 16th, we didn't see anything. So he went back to sleep in the garage. That was the first day I saw Yellow. But the Chidebere I was telling you about is my friend. I know him very well. I know that one very well. But the Yellow, I only know Yellow through that Chidebere, and I know the other Awal through three. It was Yellow that brought the guns.
So how long have you been in this armed robbery business, and how many are you in your gang?
How many cars una don't carry? How many cars una don't carry?
Sir, with due respect, let the word here. I've not snatched any car or gunpoint to anybody or carry anybody's car. The last time I was in problem, which I was interviewed very well. Tingo man. I just came out from somewhere, from challenge that I had with my Oga, Mr. Aruna, because I'm an electrical engineer. So after having some issue with him, that 1 year I took his money. It's my Oga, I normally do work for him. So after them, the whole thing. I have a car that I normally ride as taxi, used in town service. And this Chidebere, Chidebere was one of my driver before. I was one of my driver in my driving. So that time I collected that one that he was riding after I submitted one to my Oga to use it to compensate him for the money that he got issued with him. So then I was not having anything after coming out from that case. No car, nothing to do, now no work in sight. So then we met someone called Johnson. He knows us very well as a taxi drivers. So now asked Chidebere that what happened to his car. Chilebe say he had an accident with the police. The motor that is riding is a police officer that had.
When did you start robbing?
I'm not.
Thank you very much. I kind of once again apologize that that video got interrupted because it's more detailed. And I think the reason why I said I didn't want you to see the video and feel sorry or pity or whatever crime is involved in is not denying to be involved in armed robbery, car snatching, syndicates. Okay? But there are some things he mentioned in that video that the police didn't tell you, except the scripts that they wanted you to watch. Police said it was already, that's what the police said. They said he was on bail for similar crime, and that is the crime of kidnapping. He said courts gave him bail in September, and he went back again to kidnap people. Again, number one, like I said, is a badly written script. There is no bail for kidnapping in Nigeria. As worse as Nigeria is, once you are caught, they can make arrangements and allow you to escape. But once they take you to court, there is no bail. But police said this guy got bail. Then this guy said he was pretty much like somebody who was doing well. Like, you know, he had a taxi company. His friend, Chidebere, used to work for him, drive one of his cars. That means it's probably like he had his business going. Then he mentioned his Oga, one Alaji. Did you hear that there, right? That Alaji probably was the one who was giving him, doing business with him, like, this car business and what have you. That's why I deduced, though, that police didn't tell you. So he had a problem with the man, money problem. The man arrested him, locked him up. He came out of that place, settled with the man, sold all his cars, settled with the man. Then he had nothing to do anymore. That was when he got introduced to Yellow, who is an Hausa from Kano, to start stealing cars and get paid. And first time he's going, according to him, the first time he was going with them, they already snatched, they were going, and they saw this Hilux driver and this Hilux truck. That Yellow, who is the Hausa, turned back and they went straight with the man, the Hilux into the house, and they snatched the Hilux truck. But Yellow wanted more. He wanted money. So they took the man with them so that they could go and take money from his bank. And when they got caught, the man that was robbed and at the same time kidnapped was there to identify them, including Yellow. Where is Yellow? Their leader, supposed leader. That's where the agenda got twisted. You can't fight crime like that. You understand what I mean? You cannot fight crime with ethnicism or tribalism. Where is Yellow? Where are others? Police said they escaped. He was the only one caught. He said, no, we were all paraded in Kaduna for snatching car. Until when they said they were taking us, they took them to Abuja, and the case changed to kidnapping since they kidnapped the owner of the car. So definitely they are kidnappers. They must be the ones operating in Abuja. But where is Yellow? Where are others? How did they escape? That's why I kept apologizing that I didn't show you the whole video. So I'll leave you to all of that. Okay? Now let me go show you the collusion and collaboration of the Nigerian military with the terrorists, Islamic terrorists in Plateau State. The killings in Mangu continues, though. In case if you think because everybody now knows about it, maybe it's sort of it has abated or something. No. The killings continues. Okay, from yesterday, right, when the military, they were stopping the people from fighting back, and indeed they also kind of kill some of the people in that Mangu. There's another community that is not a village, all right, where they have already, I mean, they also attacked. I think that one is called Dumbuku or something. I can't really pronounce that, okay? But another community, I'll show you. Then, I have also discovered that, in case all of you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, the land and the space that is called Plateau State today is a middle belt part of Nigeria, the middle part of Nigeria. And you see this, the killings in Mangu. Baba, as you must know that it is for land grab and all of that, Abi. The people in Plateau State, you might need to educate me here. I was looking at the Google map, and I saw the map of Mangu. As they have, Mangu has been divided into two. Mangu Ausawa and the normal Mangu. So you will need to educate me before I misfire. Do you have Hausa indigenous people in Mangu? Like indigenous. How about Fulani? Anyway, you would have to educate me. Okay? But here, take a look at this.
This is Mangu. Yes. Muna Mangu towards blood attack mun. Muna we are trying to defend our right, and these military people they are here to defend the Fulani people. Yes. See their vehicle. Yes. They are shooting us. They even killed two of our.
Because it is real. The military said they are going to arrest. You see that Christian Association of Nigeria man yesterday? The Nigeria military said is going to be invited to come and show them where the military is protecting the police. While they will, I mean, there is supposed to be a curfew. There should be curfew where everybody there inside. Even where there is curfew, their cows, the law of curfew doesn't cover their cows. Take a look.
Don't know where they are coming from this morning with their luggages. See these cows. This is the 5th one. Usually, every morning they pass this way up, but this time around they are coming back this way. And most times when you see them like this, an attack has happened. Let me just run and get this. Mama inakwana lapia mana jisoro shanune. Yes ma. Ante ngasa jari gato gasuna. Lapia kalo mama. Yes ma. Nagode ma. My neighborhood this morning.
Because that's how they operate, okay? So when you see their cows going into communities like that, there has been attacks, or there will be an attack. Anyway, here is part of the roles of the Nigerian police. Oh, which one are these?
Wannan motoci operation Rumbo ne suka zo. Sun zo anguwan mu, sun shige mu kristocin ba, anguwan mu baya suna ta kona gidajen mu suna koru mu. In muka matsa operation Rumbo sa harbe mu. Da su da mopol. To mu yanzu dai ba mu sani ba, muna bukatun dauki dan fosin wannan abu. Da mutanen yan uwan mu dan Allah mata abun nan. Am taimaka mana dan Allah, muna neman taimako. Yawa muna neman dauki shugabannin mu da Allah dan dauki. Operation Rumbo suna ta kakkashe mu. Wallahi ga sun nan ka mana dauki. Tun safe suka zo, sun cika anguwan. Kashe mu suke ta yi operation Rumbo. An kona mana gidaje a anguwa. Polisa gurbatattun polisa a koran mu ana kona mana gidaje. Yawa. Yanzu ga ɗaya can zuwa da mu gudu dan zai harbe ku.
You'll speak Hausa, right? And I think it's just like us in the south as well. right, you'll see that a lot of people speak Yorubas, okay? And anyway, I'm still going to probably love her to be educated. There's another guy that was caught. He's the leader of a terror group, Fulani terror group. He's been caught, he got interviewed and all of that. You know, like Bello Turuji and others like that. He's also one, but I know you don't. I mean, I don't understand Hausa, but I do understand everything he said there because somebody interpreted that. Or so, you know. So I think I should show you, right? But before we get to that part, or maybe I should. If you are bored, tell me. Maiyegun, I don't understand what you're saying. Take it off. But there are people who are going to help us in the comment section. Can you please interrupt? I will come back and tell you what he said. All right. However, those of you who are watching live, you should help us put some interpretation in the comments for those who don't understand Hausa. This is a terrorist leader caught in that same plateau.
Why sunanka? Ya uwa.
Ya utuno babban kawai.
Ya utuno babban kawai. Ina babban kawai yake ya?
Yamma ka tsaye.
Tsafe. Cikin wani jiha kenan?
Local din tsaye ne.
Local government na tsafe a wani jiha?
Nan tsaye ne.
Zamfara ne ko Katsina ne?
A Zamfara.
A Zamfara state. Yawa akwai tambayoyin da zan maka. Ka tabbata ka gaya mini gaskiya tsakaninka da Allah. Kun ba haka nan bane ka gaya mini ba haka bane, amma ka gaya mini gaskiya tsakaninka da Allah.
Allah ya yarda.
Ya haka yi mini alƙawari haka ni kuma zan taimake ka. Tsakana da Allah.
Allah ya yarda. Ubangiji Allah ya taimake mu.
Akwai ƙauyuka da dama a ƙauyen ina ne kace? Ƙauyen Keta. Wayanda ka aza musu tara suna biyan ka haraji, ka ce su biya ka haraji, in ba haka ba za ka zo da kai da jama'anka fita da ƙauyuka din. An yi haka? Akwai ƙauye kamar Sangiwa village, ƙauyen Sangiwa. Sangawa, ƙauyen Sangawa. Ka ada musu haraji, an ce ka ada musu haraji miliyan 1. Haka ne? Sun biya ka?
Sun bada.
Ka bude baki ya baki muna na yi naka, sun baka nawa?
Sun bada miliyan guda.
Sun baka miliyan guda. Akwai kuma Rikibu, ƙauyen Rikibu. Su ma ka ada musu taron miliyan 1.5.
Sun ka bada miliyan 1.
Sai suka bada miliyan 1 ba su cika rabin ba. Akwai gidan Arne. Su ma ka sa musu miliyan 2.
500,000 sun ka bada.
Sai suka baka 500,000. Dayan sannan kuma akwai Nasarawa mai fara. Nasarawa mai fara. Can yamma da keta aka ce.
Yamma da keta.
Su kuma ka sa musu miliyan 2.
Sun ka bada miliyan guda.
Sai suka baka miliyan guda. Akwai ƙauyen Magaji. Ka sa musu miliyan 1.5.
100,000 sun ka bada da 50.
Suka baka 150. Dan sannan akwai ƙauyen Kani. Miliyan. Ƙauyen Kani. Miliyan nawa suka sa? Karibeni.
Baballo ya an shi waɗannan.
Baballo? Ya kuke da Baballo?
Ubannin muwa da ƙane.
Amma tare kuke harkokin ku tare. An ce tare ake ganin ku, tare kuke tafiya. In an gani ka nan za a gani shi. Komi tare kuke harkan ku. So shine ka tura je karbi wannan kuɗin?
Shi ma bai faɗa min ba da ya dawo ya ce ma wani kaji na ce to lahiya lau.
Okay.
Magana Allah.
Okay. Da sanin kare kenan ko?
Da sani na.
Dan akwai dan kolo. Da kolo. Su ka sa musu miliyan 2.
Ni na an shi 150 da hannu na.
To amma miliyan 2 ne aka ce suka ce sun bada.
250 na an sa.
Suka ba ka.
Tsakani da Allah.
Akwai wani Sanusi shi ma da kolo yake. Ya ce sai da ya biya naira miliyan 1. Haka miliyan 1 saboda ya shiga sa kai. Kuma ka kore shi ya bar garin. Karibe ne kana kallon kasa. Kuma ka kore shi ya bar garin. Kuma amma ya biya miliyan 1.
I know like that. Somebody said, this is even enough for us to say, let's break up this country. How can somebody be speaking a language in my country and I don't even understand what he is saying? And I bet if I start speaking my own language as well, millions of others from other parts of Nigeria, they will have no idea what I am saying. How could you make such people to live in the same country? Because even this English, where they talk, same way they talk. the English itself is not Englishing. Eh? That's enough for us to say let's break up, isn't it? Everyone is doing everything to turn, you to the next victim in this siesta of dog eats dog. Anyway, that guy was talking about his escapades, his adventure as a Fulani terrorist. And according to him, when they were mentioning the names of his victims, he was mentioning how much they paid in ransom. But look at him. He's mentioning million, Gouda, 10 million, 20 million, 2 million, 3 million, debut, million this. All those millions that he's been making. Did that guy look like somebody who is a multimillionaire that money actually reflects on him? Because he's working for someone like others too. He's just a recruited a criminal, okay, who is putting fire into the lives of people like that, burning them. But he's not doing it also for himself. He's doing it for those who ensure that he got supply of his weapons, guns, and all of that stuff as at when due. And when you pay the ransom, the money goes straight to those who are their sponsor. And there are those in government, sadly. Very sad. And talking about the criminals in government and what they can actually get away with, we are going to go to Rivers State. There are some dramas even before now when it comes to Rivers State. So that is why we are going to stop by there briefly, but maybe just for some time. Fubara, let me give you this backstory so that you understand going forward what's going to be the next thing now. And then you can be able to anticipate what their next boost is going to be all about. Wike ensured that SIM card Fubara became the governor of Rivers State without even having to spend a dime, but the stolen public fund in Rivers State to make him that governor. He did that. Unfortunately, he didn't do it for free or for the love of Rivers State. He did it for his own survivor. He said, "This is my political structure. On this, I am going to build my retirement." He was going to build his retirement on that, but something wasn't right. They said that even our Lord, our God, now only 10% in they take from all of our sweat. Sure, you get. Just God says, give me 10%. I'm okay with 10%. Even the 10% now is negotiable. A lot of people don't even want to pay a dime to God. So who the hell is Wike to be demanding for 25% to 30% of all revenues to accrued to Rivers State, including 75% of all political appointments in Rivers State? Like, what the hell are you? You are not God. I think that was the beginning of the problem. Okay, we wouldn't have heard anything if Fubara suddenly didn't feel like this is too much. And Wike also, on the other hand, said, no, he's lying. The reason why we are having problem is because he has been obnobbing with my political enemies, the people I fought for 8 years. He is bringing them back to Rivers State. He is empowering them. Baba, you the mad, now you appointed almost 80% of his political appointees, chief of staff, commissioners, personal assistants, essays, and all of that. Baba, now you appoint all of them. The entire, 100%, 95% of the House of Assembly, you appointed them. So how come you are so scared if he's meeting with people in his own political party, PDP? So that was the question anyway. So the two parties were like, you know what? Before you destroy my structure, I will destroy you. That was with Wike. So he unleashed the House of Assembly on him, remove him, impeach him, so that we can just get it, done over with, right? Then a lot of people started reminding Fubara himself, like, you the mad, you be executive governor, use your power. So this has been the back and forth. You've been following the drama and all that. So, what do you call him? Kolu Tifnumbu then decided to wade in. When he waded in, he just gave a resolution and order. You, Fubara, all those people who resigned as commissioners and appointees of your government, loyalists of Wike, you will need to resubmit their names to the House of Assembly that you declared their seat vacant. Nothing like that. Okay, so you will go back, all right? You will represent their names. They will be sort of cleared. You will swear them in again as your commissioners, okay? You will give them all of their positions back and you will work with them. Those are Tifnubu's conditions. That actually got a lot of people in Rivers State so angry. Like, no, what the hell? Nah. Then others were like, calm down. You know, says Supreme Court is yet to, give their judgment. That is why Fubara cannot do anything and all of that. You know, Nigerians, here you get, somehow they love their oppressors differently. Some just don't love them. They just enjoy the fact that, what do you call it? Two criminals are fighting themselves, and with a wicked, the known lousy criminal probably will meet his own Waterloo. So if they destroy themselves, it is to the satisfaction of the oppressed. Here you get the drill. You can't do anything to them. So if they destroy themselves to your own satisfaction, Baba, I am the happiest person. Why? Because Fubara has already disgraced with a wicked. I say, oh, and that makes you the happiest person. Wonderful. Say, no, I'll go and look for one that is one of the scenarios that is so common. A lot of you have been caught in that. The Arewa are very sad because of the relocation of central bank operation. They are crying now and all of that. Maiyegun, this is the greatest, happiest news of my life. I want to see them to cry more. So Tifnumbu, continue. I want to see, that's also part of us, okay? Like, you can't do anything to them. It seems to be like a lot of the people have submitted to God and say, well, I'll leave them in the court of God. God will judge them. It's because you can't fight them. When you know if you fight, you go say, God will judge you. But if you start fight, if somebody slap you, Baba, slap you, okay? You go punch them, you go karate them and all of that. And people go to beg you, say, sorry. They say, wait till happen. They say, oh, man, slap me, Nisha. You they mad, they look face. When someone is stronger than you, bullying you, and if you do anything, you just say, see, if you're in the hand of God, you will know that God, this God is alive. Because if you fight, and say God not go do anything. But if anything can happen to your bully, to your own satisfaction, yes. Have you heard what happened to him? Otini stroke, he's crippled now, he cannot even fight. If I see him now, I can slap him. I'm so happy. God is merciful. God punished him to your satisfaction, which is not really anything, great. But nevertheless, a lot of people still want it. Maiyegun, that's your own problem. I don't care. I just want to see this guy. I just want to see karma happen to him. I just want to see Nemesis catch up with him. I just want to see where the wicked disgraced. And I will be the happiest person on earth. I say, okay. Anyway, they said they should wait until the Supreme Court finally gives Fubara the kind of the legal clearance so that Wike cannot use that anymore. So it will just be about the impeachment next. So today, the Supreme Court of Nigeria said Fubara is their governor. So Wike can't remove him through the court anymore. It's too risky to even do that. They would rather impeach him. The State House of Assembly said Fubara has been acting funny since Tifnumbu settled the problem. They said that Fubara will send something to them and say, okay, they said I should send these names to you to confirm them as commissioner. So Yagba. Now, if they now say, okay, Mr. Messenger, take this letter to the governor and say from us to him, the messenger will be like, they did not send me to collect anything from you. They just said I should give you this. Here you get to the point that the House of Assembly members loyal to Wike, who currently controls the House of Assembly as we speak, they know they talk to they and the Fubara know they talk. So a lot of people who are now waiting that maybe now Fubara will now show his real color or true color and all of that. Well, before we get to that, let's go take a look at their reactions, starting from their courts, including Fubara himself, who said He would never have been a governor without Wike for the last time. He's appreciating him, right? But the people on the street of Port Harcourt or even from River State, how did he go? So let's go back in there. And that would be, the first part would be like yesterday. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. Some people suspected that there could be some funny, you know what I mean, like funny act and all that from the Supreme Court. So they staged this, this walk to one with a wicket to stay off. Then we'll go to today after the ruling.
Christians.
God, no. It's like I've mixed up my videos, so they're not supposed to be there. Here you get. Sorry about that. This is the actual one.
We are saying that the position of the Supreme Court must be obeyed. Therefore, we are standing by the governor, and that we are saying that though there are political exigencies that may want to make him bend over backwards to obey the Abuja agreement, we are saying that doing so is a direct assault to our constitution, it's a direct attack to our laws, and a flagrant disrespect for Rivers people. And our civil society will not stand by and watch him do that. Finally, we want to state that his office, that's the office of the governor, the office of the president, the office of the members of the House of Assembly, are all products of law. Therefore, the governor's action should be controlled and dictated by our laws. Anything outside that is null and void.
River State is not a banana republic, neither is it the animal farm as demonstrated or painted by George Orwell in that his famous book. Therefore, whoever, be it the governor, be it the president, be it the assembly members, who are bound by the seventh schedule of our Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, when they all took oath of office, what we are saying is that, come what may, we shall make sure that they all abide by that Constitution. And no matter the shenanigans of anyone who thinks, or any group of persons who think that they are above the law, to want to try to hoodwink the governor of Rivers State to go and violate the law, he should be vigilant not to fall into that snare.
The more you look, the less you see.
The more you look, the less you see. So straight from the court. All right. Let's go back into what the court ruling says today. And then the reactions that followed. Here.
That of a fact, similarly, Fubara is the governor of Rivers State. All the grounds of appeal were dismissed. We return all the glory to God, and we give our unflinching support to the governor of Rivers State. There will be no longer any distraction. His focus will be on how to empower Rivers State through infrastructure, develop our economy, and of course, guarantee that the future of our children will be on solid ground as Rivers people. Thank you so much. Thank you. No seeing, no seeing, no network, no network, no seeing.
have been completely at peace with the party. What we have shown is that as an individual or as a party we fought on, and we took it to the end, and I think we did a very, very good fight with or without anyone.
Rivers people, with our governor, similarly Fubara, he was so voted for overwhelmingly
Given by Rivers people on the 18th of March 2003. With this judgment, we are now set to deliver the dividends of democracy to Rivers people. Governor Sim will now carry out his massive developmental stride he has planned for Rivers people. Rivers people are happy with this judgment because it reconfirmed what we all did on the 18th of March. Thank you very much.
Okay, my name is Dr. Robinson Ewo, Vice Chairman, Rivers West Senatorial District. I think we have come to an end to litigation. There must be an end to litigation. Rivers people voted for sin, not an individual, unanimously, not on the basis of political party. PDP, APC, every party in Rivers State voted for sin. Enough of this distraction. I'm sure at this stage, the governor will hit the ground running. The party is behind sin. The judiciary is behind sin. The legislature is behind sin. The PDP constitution provides that immediately a governor emerges, he inherits every aspect of the party. I'm sure the government will in order. The Supreme Court has no to rest. All litigation, all confusion, all distraction in the Rivers State.
Put it here. God has proven that the court is once again the last hope for the common man. Yes. It has shown that there's no tyranny, there's no oppression that can be brought to the temple of justice. Today they have made it loud and clear and sounded it loud and clear that it can be only one governor in the state at a time. So we want to use this medium to appeal to our brothers who are fueling the embers of crisis in River State to please concentrate on their job and allow the governor to concentrate on governance. Thank you very much.
Of the governor. Nuisance, Lily.
They are all job men. And that's how it is. Like, justice has been served. We are now this and that on camera. But after that place, well, I just started though. But let's listen to the guy himself. It can be very boring. I don't think it's really that's different from Bulaba Balablu. But some of you will be like, no, don't say that. Don't compare him to Tifnumbu. No, I'm not comparing him to Tifnumbu. I'm just saying that he's the younger version of Tifnumbu. To me, that is the Fubara. Sure you get. But this is what you had to say. Maybe it's going to be different to you, but to me, it's like the younger version of Tifnumbu.
Guys are funny.
Where is the... Wait. Where is the... Where's the matter?
Gentlemen of the press, today, about an hour ago, the Supreme Court revalidated our mandate in the election. It is a victory for the entire state. It's important for us to note that we need this victory to consolidate on the purpose of governance. We have had a few distractions here and there, and the good news that came to us this morning is a refreshing strength that will ginger us to continue the work of governance. But I have to say these few things in addition to the victory that we recorded today. First, I want to commend the president for his fatherly role on every issues that concern our state. Not just the crisis, but also this particular litigation that we just overcome. It will also be unfair for me not to appreciate the minister, Maiyegun. I want to say thank you for all their support. And I want everybody to realize that Rivers State will have a dream of making it a highly competitive state that will measure, if not up to Lagos, but close to Lagos. We can only achieve this in an atmosphere of peace. So I'm calling on everyone, not just our own internal issue, but also those other people from other parties. The issue is settled. Come and let's build that river state of our dream. For the millions of Rivers people that have shown solidarity internal crisis started, I want to assure you that our purpose for governance will not, for any reason, be deviated. We will continue to protect and provide the basic needs of governance to everyone who is doing business and who lives in Rivers State. We will address our state very soon on the victory, but for now, let's everybody be happy that one elephant is out of the room. The other one, by the special grace of God, will, by God willing and help, will be resolved, and the family will be one and one again. Thank you, and God bless you.
They should enjoy it while it lasts. And they are all... have you noticed that all of the governors whose Supreme Court judgment was like, yeah, you continue a lot, that they were all thanking Tifnumbu? Did you notice that at all? They're like, they are happy that he didn't use his power. He did not use his influence to influence the Supreme Court's judgments. I said, why are you thanking him? Is the Supreme Court not supposed to rule on their own? They're like, I want Jalong baby, this place is Niger. So don't want to always think that they're going to do everything by law or anything. That it is written down doesn't mean that it's going to be acted upon. I was like, oh, so that's why they are thanking him that he didn't use it. So they are. No, they are thanking him for using his influence in their favor. That's why they are thanking him. They're not thanking him just because he didn't interfere. He actually interfered. And they know that. Anyway, he said he wanted peace. And without peace, they cannot really develop river states. Immediately after that speech, his own men, or should I say, people who are loyal to him, they went after with the Wike straight away. They didn't waste time.
We are scattering just so we can be born. It's falling down. No, Wike will destroy anything back concerning Wike.
You are no more in this
You are no more. Today we are scattering you.
That will not be a picture.
Not your picture. You are an evil man.
We have destroyed you.
You are an evil man. So we are today. After a victory, we betray a River State. You are thunder fire. You know, so we are bringing you down to today.
destroy this thing.
Bo bona.
We are scared.
Bonham. That's with a Wike. So it's not over. Sure you get. These are the reactions after the Supreme Court, this or that. So you can all still look forward to the continuation because it is not, that, except, I don't know. I just 100% sure that you've not heard the last. And tomorrow is another day. Another day rather. So going forward, I did not just pick on the ongoing and continued genocide, Fulani terrorism in Mangu and other areas, especially in Plateau State, in the middle belt part of Nigeria and all that. Do you know the victims of all of this that actually will break your heart? They are children. Now, let me tell you something that you probably maybe didn't know until now. Do you know that because of the activities of Boko Haram alone, they have shut down more than 50% of schools in rural areas in the Sharia North. The crisis in the Middle Belt has affected not just people's homes, lives and all of that, including children, schools, and all of these are also affected. As much as Nigeria has no enough schools for their own children, those that are available are poorly equipped, poorly managed, as much as they are inadequate and all that. All of these facilities, all of these structures are either being burnt down or the people of such community have run away. Children are the victims of this. They are the biggest victims. And it breaks out. Let me show you where, whenever they say they are in IDP camp, let me show you what it looks like. And tell me you still have that soft spot, soft mind, or soft heart, a place in your heart to forgive all these criminals who are actually profiting from this. This is from Plateau State.
Your hand, you come and show me number one here. Number one about number one. Let's see. No, that is not one. That one is 4. It's 1. Wow. You are number 9. Good, very good. Clap for her. Until you test and observe and make sure you know the result written is what positive. Now we say this guy or this woman or this boy. In a social environment, the way that person will play, the way he will
Those are already put together makeshift learning place to make sure that the surviving children, some of them, their parents have been killed. Majority of them, as you are seeing them there, they are not from the same village. These are children, survivors from different communities scattered all over the place who found themselves in a place called IDP camp, internally displaced persons camps. And that's a fancy name for it, by the way. It is actually a refugee camp. But when you look at that picture, did you see any hand of government involved in their lives? Could you see that? Eh? Now imagine 10 million of such victims living in that condition. That is the statistical record of the damages and the victims of the damages that these guys have brought. So if you want to sit down there, you cuddle your children right now. You are holding your children, your grandchildren, if they are with you. You are holding them right now. You are cuddling them if they are still up, right? Because you value them. In Nigeria, children, and this is also the road to radicalizing majority of them, sexually assaulting or sexually abusing, raping all those ones who are young children, all those children. They are prone, right? They are prone to be raped, sexually abused, male, female. The trauma of losing their parent, the trauma of seeing their villages and their lives, burnt down by some assailant terrorists, end up in some strange, miserable place, right? With other children who are also like vulnerable, lost, confused. You are planning for the future of your children. What do you think about those children you saw in that video? Those are the victims of Nigeria. You've seen them today, right? I have been showing videos like that and images like that for more than 10 years now. Those are the victims. In another 10 years' time, you see, they have no plan for them. There's no real plan for them. Everyone will play politics with them. Politicians will even go there and take pictures. They will bring Indomie. They will bring a bag of rice. They will take pictures and do all of that and say they are helping the IDP there, because instead of ending the real problem, they profit from it. And you could actually end up there. Your children could end up in that camp. I'm not kidding. Because you see those we found there, they probably in their life would ever imagine that their life will turn around and be in that situation. A lot of people, those are the recent victims, Abi. People have been victims for the past 10 years that Nigeria just moved on. Like that. Children, they are those ones that are going to be readily available. Traumatized children, impoverished children, and the children abandoned by the country. They are those willing to, in the hands of all kinds of criminal groups, including terrorists. You know that. But your criminal leaders don't probably give a damn about that, I believe. And some of you don't understand the danger of them not giving a damn about them. You see, you hear about the burning of villages. People have been killed. That's all you heard. You are enraged. You are angry. And all of that, yeah? But what should really get you more madder are the survivors that are abandoned. You see, those who are going to be victims tonight, they will be abandoned. Those who are going to be victims in February, those who are already, you saw those who are victims since 2015, they have been abandoned. Those who are victims in December, they have been abandoned. You see, those who are victims in this January, they will be abandoned. And those of you who are still free right now, watching this video and being like, I don't understand what this guy is saying. You are likely going to be the victims next month. You will be abandoned by them too, because that's how Nigeria works. Yesterday's survivors are today's victims. You know that, right? Today's survivors will be tomorrow's victims. I have survived today. I have survived today. Thank you, God, for saving me today. Thank you, Father Lord. Thank you, Lord, Father Lord. Then tomorrow, I'm going to have to put my life in the hand of that same Father Lord again. And one of these days, Father Lord may just be tired of me, because there are so many of you who are putting your lives in the hand of the Father Lord, Father Lord. Even Kidnappers is putting his life in the hand of the Father Lord. You see, armed robbers, they do prayer. They won't go rob, they do prayer. Heavenly Father, we pray that you make sure that we go easily, we come back safely, we can give glory to you, God. I have seen it in movies. I don't know in real life, by the way. Yeah, armed robbers, they pray. They also need it. So when you put your life, as they say, leave your life in the hand of God. At the end of the day, one morning, you are going to wake up. And that's it. You are the victim for that day. Like all the victims we have been reading about. One day, a lot of people will read about us as victims of Nigeria too. And that's why we said, if you don't kill this fraudulent contraption that these guys put together, that a lot of you think you have a country, if you don't kill that structure, it will kill all of us. It is a system that is indoctrinating and radicalizing our own children even before they were born. Yeah, you have no idea that we have been indoctrinated somehow, even before we were born. That is why today you look back and be like, how did I survive Nigeria? Oh, it must be grace of God. No, you have been indoctrinated from the bellies. And the moment you got born and all of that stuff, right? That is you indoctrinated to accept mediocrity that will eventually either take your life any moment or just kill you, like not physically, mentally. Today we have millions of Nigerians who have been the victims of a failed country, failed economy, failed this, failed that, and all of that. But they are still alive. They are counting them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But a lot of them are just walking dead. I'm talking about people who are just there. You see them, but they are like physically there, but mentally no more. That's what Nigeria did to a lot of people. So if you don't understand the theory of yesterday's survivors are today's victims, and today's survivors are tomorrow's victims, it's because tomorrow, we always turn to today. You know that? This today that we are in right now was tomorrow, yesterday. You know that? So which means if you don't kill this rotten system put in place to kill us, it will kill all of us. It's just what it is. Looking at children like that and then kind of putting it into perspective, like how many of these children do we even have in Nigeria of today? People killed by people whose parents were killed and slaughtered by terrorists. Is there actually anything about them? Do you even have the figure? Is there any program helping them? Absolute zilch, except for those who are doing them on a charity voluntary basis, right? That one too is also questionable. We have heard where even places where they were supposed to be considered as safe zones where victims of Boko Haram attack or Fulani terrorism attack, they call those places, like it was supposed to be like a safe zones. The survivors are there. They've got nothing to take from them except their lives, right? Safe zones created. But in the situation of Nigeria, anyway, Shah knows that if you have not been the victim right now, it's just a matter of time. And hey, safe zones are attacked. Places where they're like, don't go there. These are the victims. They've got nothing anymore. They have nothing. But they still go there and kill them. That's how bad it is, right? I'm not trying to kind of make your evening so horrible, but you just needed to see that and imagine it's children. Take a look at your child or your children where they are sleeping now. Go into their room and check them and come back to this video. And imagine hundreds of thousands of children who have become victims, and nobody is really making them priority because there are more children that are going to be victims too. And these children are going to be abused. They're going to be assaulted. They're going to be sexually abused. They're going to mess up their brains. I mean, like, you are just going to continue to live because you probably have no idea that is even happening. And now that you know that it is happening, what are you going to do about it? Or you're just going to hear it and just be like, you know what? It happens. It does. It's just that the victims are always different, right? And in this case, it doesn't really discriminate. It's just that it's a matter of time. I'm not trying to make you scared, but just think about that. Now, going forward, I saw a video where, okay, hang on. I think I need to tell you about this. It's so important too. The Fulani terrorists were reported to have invaded a community. Sorry, I'm going to need to read this out, okay? Because the pronunciation and all that, right? But this one happened in Enugu, a community called the Ogurugu. Now, this is this description, okay? So, Ogurugu community is right there in Uzo, Wani, local government area of Enugu State. Part of those communities, I mean, some of these communities that shared borders with the middle belt part of Nigeria, in Igbo land. They have been border communities that have been coming under constant and then ceaseless Fulani attacks. Now, this particular one that happened in Enugu happened yesterday. And 4 women. They said that, hang on, Yeah, they said that the similar thing happened in the area, I mean, in the Ogboli axis of that same place as well, right? So it was a palm, and these are supposed to be like, women who are also like farmers working in a palm oil company. It's like a palm oil, manufacturing company or processing plants, kind of, right? And the terrorists came, invaded the community, invaded the space, right? And they took 4 women. And the community currently are now like, they haven't contacted us to demand for ransom, but we know those who took our people. And yesterday I was talking about what a lot of you allowed propaganda to deceive you with. When Mazim Nnamdi Kanu said, they are coming, and they are coming with the backing of their sponsor who are in government. The ideal thing is for you to get ready and prepare to defend yourselves. The Igbos that didn't take him serious later took him serious. And when he started at the ESN, the political class of Igbo land, the governors and all of them, the elite, they were scared. They felt like Nnamdi Kanu could use that power of his own army, the ESN, to go after the politicians, which would be them. And that would be it over for them in Igbo land. So they started doing everything that, including working on how to assassinate and kill him. So when this one popped up today, I started seeing some of, Igbos who are not like publicly identifying with IPOB or Biafra and all of that. They started coming out and they started calling on ESN. ESN need to go there now. ESN need to. I was like, oh, really? Do you really now believe in ESN, not in the Nigerian military or Nigerian police? We are getting there. Just same thing I said yesterday, that a lot of you today now knows that there is something called Fulani terrorist and Fulani terrorism. There are people called Fulani terrorists, and there is something called the Fulani terrorism. A lot of you are no longer afraid to say you need gun. We must protect ourselves. We need guns. 7-6 years ago, you were so mad at Nnamdi Kanu for asking you to get a gun. And if you can't use it, raise fund and give the guns to those who can use it and keep you safe. The other day, Sekou was here on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, and he said, right, the jihadism that the Fulanis were bringing, even those of you who claim to be Muslims, you should distance yourselves from them and never defend all this barbarity. Because your own type of Islam is not the kind of Islam that you think you are practicing. If they have the opportunity, they will kill you first. Even though if you are what? If you are a Muslim in your mind. These are fanatics. These are terrorists, land grabbers, bunch of criminals. See, you should never put yourself in the picture and say, oh, you are just fighting Muslim. No. Fighting terrorism in this manner shouldn't be fighting Muslims. If you are a Muslim, you are as much in danger as non-Muslims in the hands of terrorists, fanatics. So they sold the bobo. And it seems to have kind of lasted a while. But the whole house of cards is currently falling down. Everybody needs a gun now. Give us a gun. Even person will never hold. Person will say if you hold gun on their side, they're going to be like, oh my God, take it away. Everybody now wants a gun because of the Fulani terrorists. And they started shouting ESN. Sekou said, when these terrorists, they have different strategies that they use. The first one is to try and tell you that your leaders, that they are corrupt, they are evil. And then you begin to also see them as that. Then afterward, they will now encourage you somehow to begin to go after yourselves. So you see those ones who are weaker among you, they will try and give them uplifting so that those weaker ones, greedy ones, selfish ones, corrupt ones among you, they will kind of, give them power, give them money, give them everything that makes them look like they can speak on your behalf, and then they can just throw all of us under the bus for the Fulani terrorists to ride over us. Just like that. The weakest. They are succeeding in that part in Yoruba land. Thank God for this generation of Yorubas who will never buy into their cowardly, what do you call that, cowardly engagement, so to say. And that's why they call us Omale Yoruba, because of Tifnumbu, the drug lord. They're calling us Omale Yoruba because of the Fulani terrorists. Do you understand what that means? The Fulani says, if you can control your people, then you can have power. We don't want a situation whereby your people are going to be bold enough to want to stop our terrorists from advancing. Do you want power? Or you want your people to not say, yeah, I want power? Then you would have to let go. Protecting your people then, right? Say, yeah, that's fine. They will protect themselves. That's up to them. No, they won't protect themselves. You will disarm them for us. This is not a battle. This is not what have you. You will disarm them, weaken them, not able to fight us back and all that. And I think that's the arrangement. That's the arrangement. You see all those politically correct wearies, all those politically correct morons, the ones that will always tell you that don't talk like that. One of them was on my YouTube channel, I think this morning, okay? And he was trying to explain to us what Femi Adesina meant by killing Nnamdi Kanu or kidnapping him. This weary, politically correct weary, came and he said, I don't know how Maiyegun and his followers, I don't know why they are trying to misrepresent what Femi Adesina said. Those are the politically correct people. They are like, no, it's not like, let me explain. They try to kind of, control how you see things, because they want you to see things how they see things. If you begin to see the other way, they're like, this whole thing is not going to keep us united. We need to talk to ourselves and come together as one Nigeria. You see, when people say that, when I see politically correct weary saying that to me, it sort of triggers me. Because it's like you are just so stupid and so foolish enough that you could hide, or you think you could hide your foolishness, your stupidity behind being able to speak grammar, being able to win together few vocabularies and say, see, that's what we are. You don't get it. There is no one Nigeria. That is the first thing you need to understand. That the politically correct people who want to also gaslight you. Yeah, they do also want to gaslight you. Try to make you feel like, according to that one, by the way, according to that one, he said, that comment was like, what Femi Adesina was saying was that it is cheaper to kill Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. But somehow, they just decided to do him a favor and kidnap him and bring him to Nigeria. And he didn't see anything wrong in that. According to him, there's nothing wrong in that. Femi is just trying to, I was like, oh, God damn it. If you are watching me right now, you, that person, I can't remember your name. But I have people like that will tell you all these things you are saying is not necessary. Maiyegun, let us all come together. We call them the unity beggars. They will tell you to ignore all of this. Yeah. I just show you some children who are victims of this failed system, right? They will tell you, ignore, let us forget all of this and just move on and come together and work for our country so that our country can be great. Nigeria, all of us need to come together. If you ask them to describe coming together, because they are stupid people who can speak English, they will confuse you more. I have them a lot. When you see anybody trying to tell you that your anger, your rage, your disappointment, your total, disconnection with everything that has to do with that contraption called Nigeria and the way you express it. Anybody that is trying to gaslight you with that, don't talk like that. Don't say that about your country. This is not my country. In fact, I have discovered that I've been lied to a lot. And you being a Nigerian as they call you, is that the Nigeria Nigeria of your dream, the Nigeria that you probably feel like, yes, I am from this place. They are making up a Nigeria that is not the one they even lied to us about. Are you not seeing that? So by the time they are done, you will realize that that identity called Nigeria that they gave to all of us was just something to give us. It's like a numbering your eggs. We are absolute nothing to them. We have absolute nothing in common. But it's like you numbering your eggs. You know, when you put eggs in the crates, they all look almost the same, big size, small size, you know, tiny and all of that stuff. Some lighter, some darker in color and all that, right? But you don't care how many of them is darker, how many of them is lighter, how many of them is smaller, or how many of them is bigger. Put everything in the crate and put number on them and say, how many eggs are in that crate? They say 24 eggs. Okay. How many crates do we have there? 1 million. So does that mean that we have 24 million eggs? Yes, we do. 24 million eggs. That's it. Just numbers. Nigerians just exist as numbers. Statistics. When you begin to now look into the uniqueness of every nation that they forced together to be called Nigeria today, you are going to agree that they should never have been brought together because they have nothing in common. So when you now started doing your unity begging, or that your weary political correctness, let us all come together with who? With terrorists that will kill children, machete them and all that, kidnap women and all that. You can't come together with people like that except if you are a madman. You know, not only for mad place, they will say this one for Yabana, for where they treat mad people, right? You see some people, they will say this one Iran mad because drug abuse. This one na village people they do them, they cause them. This one na generational this thing they do them. This one they knock a plank for his head and his brain kind of a shot down, and since then he's been mad. He's been talking to imaginary things, right? So you can see a lot of people for different reasons who are mad. Asylum is only inside the asylum that you will see people, mad people, coexist together, even though there will be skirmishes like maybe they just remove one person's neck, cut them off, stab another person, or do all these horrible things in an asylum, right? And that's what Nigeria is, a contraption, okay? And the reason why those who have taken advantage of Nigeria for years will continue to do so, and successfully too, is because we have nothing in common. So in a situation whereby everyone is allowed to run their own affairs, Fulani will not go to Enugu, Biafra land, and kidnap anybody. They will not live to demand the ransom. You know that. But because Nigeria allowed them, protects them, and Nigeria will rather kill you that is under the attack of a Fulani terrorist than go after the terrorists themselves. Because how dare you say they are Fulani terrorists? They could have been Igbo. They could have been Yoruba. Why not Igbo? Say, you dey crazy, People kidnap my family. I paid ransom to them. You are telling me that I shouldn't call them Fulani terrorists. I should call them what? Bandits. And then you wanted to try to gaslight me and make me feel like, what if they are not Fulani? What if they are Igbos? What about other this thing? What if they are this thing? Don't let us also always use ethnic to describe this thing. There are some weirdos that will kind of gaslight you like that. Have you met them? Yeah, there are some weirdos, Olori Brukus, that will try to gaslight you like that. Don't let us. I don't support all this thing. I am not a PC supporter. But one thing is that don't let us always say Fulani. Because everything is not Fulani. There are also Yorubas. There are also Hausa kidnappers. There are kidnappers. Abulori Brukuni ni man. Shenshire ni mani. Cheya Wereni. That is the victim there. The person who paid ransom is giving us his own, what do you call it? His testimony. And the person said, now Fulani kidnapped them, collected ransom from them, killed some of them. You, one Nigerian, you wanted to change it and say, don't. I'm not saying it's not Fulani. I'm not saying, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not Fulani. I'm just saying that they can be anybody. Why would they be anybody again? Have you met those people? Like, that's the way I talk to them. When I'm just like, you will see what is safe, you will see facts, and then they will now try to twist it. And if you now say, no, I say they are Fulani, just say you don't like Fulani. Anyway, it's true. It's true. I know some of you don't like Fulani. Any small thing Fulani, everything Fulani, this or that. I know you don't like Fulani. I was like, how did that kind of escalated right now? We are talking about somebody who got kidnapped. Ransom was demanded. Okay? And they paid the ransom, but they still killed the person. The people they were speaking to, who negotiated ransom with them, the people they took money to, the people who took money to them said they are Fulani. Until on the social media, you are trying to kind of gaslight people not to say it that way. They did try, but it didn't work with me. Some of you are like today, like, I don't want to say. If I see, what do you call it? If I see those criminals and what they have actually, I don't need to change it. You know, it's easier. And that's how you fight crime. So today, a lot of people who once were asking Bokwari to kill all this ESN, wipe all this IPOB out. Today, when the news broke that 4 women were kidnapped in Enugu, guess those who were asking other dumbo, stupid questions again? Typical Nigerians. Some of them Igbos too. In fact, some of them who used all of their own platforms to call for the killings of the IPOB, jailing and killing of Nnamdi Kanu. I saw them today, they started saying, where is ESN now? This is where you need ESN. I was like, which ESN? Enugu Security Network, Abewo. Eastern Security Network now. We know that Nigeria military has see people. You understand? Just look at them. They will love ESN to protect their people, especially when it is convenient for them. And they would want the Daura or Dokpemu stupid service to hunt down innocent people, blame them for their politically sponsored terrorism of Eastern Nigeria. They will blame the IPOB for it. And conveniently, you too will jump there. This is why I don't understand why Nigeria did not do anything about this IPOB. You will do that again in 2027. Your 2027 is almost here. I know they vote again. I don't cut my voters card. PVC, call PVC. Very soon they go start the fever with you again. And guess what? IPOB will become a threat again. ESN will need to die again. Nnamdi Kanu must be killed again. And you renew that every 4 years. And it's just like that, like scripted there, what have you. All of this can be prevented. They could all be prevented. There were people, over 30,000 young men and women volunteered to provide the security, much needed security, especially in the forests of the southern Nigeria, in eastern part of Nigeria, in that 5 states of eastern Nigeria. 30,000 young men and women, they gathered. Till tomorrow, they are still wondering, how did Nnamdi Kanu put that number? Where did he get those people? Where did that take place? Where did they do the training of ESN? How did he get all that number of people? When was that happened? I mean, when did that happen and all of that stuff, right? Nnamdi Kanu, under the nose of these failed criminals, Igbo politicians, who wanted him dead. He came back from the assassination attempt on his life, and he launched ESN. They saw it. They were shocked. How? It's not even in Nigeria. It's not even here. How did he manage to? Till tomorrow, they have no idea. They now put together Ebubeagu. Shebi Ebubeagu was supposed to be like Amotekun. How come Ebubeagu is not as prompt as Amotekun that they've managed to kind of discern, by the way? Ebubeagu was commissioned to go into the forest to start looking for ESN. These guys will go into communities, okay? They will kill themselves. Politicians will kill themselves. Sorry about that. That's my screen froze, right? ESN. So these guys will go into the forest looking for any ESN member they can see. Unfortunately, it didn't really end well for them. Then they will organize the assassination of themselves, attacks and killings. You know what I mean? Like some people will just say, okay, they will just enter a place and start shooting people. Why would you do that? If you are like protecting them from the Fulani terrorists, why would you go into the town and all that? Because ESN was never to be found in town. These were guys, I mean, like, I wouldn't do that. These were young men and women who volunteered and put their lives on the line and said, we will stay in the forest. The Fulanis who are in our forest will be combed out. If the Nigerian government keeps protecting them, we will sweep them out. And they were after them. Then the propaganda that lasted, how many years? 2 years. And then thousands of people that they have also killed secretly or made missing in eastern Nigeria in order just to share a weekend and get the terrorists in. Is this the life they want to give to the Biafrans? Why they said they shouldn't? I mean, why they wanted Nnamdi Kanu killed, right? 4 women. And I hope, and I pray as well, that they are freed. Ransom for people that are working in a small community. They will start asking them for 5 million, 2 million. Where in that forest are they? So those who are asking for ESN to free them, I'm not going to rule it out, right? Here you get that. I'm not going to rule it out that they probably are going to get involved. But we all watched the system, did everything to weaken them, to criminalize them, and all of that. And at the end of the day, to leave all of us at the mercy of the terrorists to take us. We're just like, they wanted people to sit duck. Stay there until your own turn. They can come and kill you. But I need to protect myself. Are you mad? You can't protect yourself. By law, you just have to wait for them to come and kill you. That's the way I see it. And a lot of people today are like, no, we are not waiting for us to be killed. We don't even want to wait for Nnamdi Kanu anymore. We are going to have to defend ourselves and buy guns. Oh, what a wonderful time to be alive. There will be more that will force a lot of you. Not only to apologize to Nnamdi Kanu. You are actually going to urge him and many others to lead the battle soon. I promise you. But it's going to be gradual, like little by little. So I picked this up. This is a clergy reminding everybody that you might actually be so angry, sad, or what have you about everything as they are now, but you should never lose the track of the genesis of it. And this might be the beginning, or still the beginning.
Christians. What can a Christian do? Are we surprised? When we are being led by people who have been publicly convicted, and party leaders have told them, just join our party and your sins will be forgiven. And they joined the party truly, they are forgiven, made ministers, and we know what they are now. Are we surprised? When people who are supposed to be leading us and making our laws are quoted as having said, what money can't do in Nigeria, more money can do it. And while you are struggling to find money to pay school fees for your children, taxes are increasing, they are seizing your cars, they are making you do roadworthy tests 3 times for every month. They are destroying your houses because they have suddenly discovered they were built on pipelines. 20 years ago, those pipelines were not there. And of course, the land was not given to you by any government. They have suddenly discovered all that now. But then anytime the National Assembly takes a recess, they send tokens to their boxes. And suddenly remember, those are not tokens but mails and messages. Now, that is where we are. So what can you witness to? Shall we then sit back? It is not even an option. It is not an option because now, this is the time to understand why did this group choose the theme that tells, the passage that tells us, we are a chosen race, royal priesthood, holy nation, God's special possession, to announce his praises, he who called you out of darkness into his light. The people who were first addressed as a holy nation and royal priesthood were Christians.
Anyway, looking at it from the clergy's perspective, you cannot have criminals running the affairs of the country, and then you are also complaining that things are not working. Are you trying to be funny? Eh? You dey sleep with a girl on a steady. She can't call you, say she don't get pregnant. Eh? And you started asking, how? What do you mean? Baba, when you they enter, they come out, they enter, they come out. What do you expect to come out from that place? Or my Jeep? Eh? Abi? You don't listen that Bele go come out of it. That's exactly what Nigeria is. You have criminals in charge. But you just wanted a country that works. But you keep allowing these criminals to continue to run things. And they continue to run things in their own interest. And here we are. You want a country that works. We're criminals. Woo unto you, whose leaders are children, is in the Bible. Now Bible talk. Eh? It's like some of you are hearing that for the first time. Woo unto ye, unto thee, whose leaders are children. When you have your leaders who are talking like blah 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 blah. Who unto you? If your leaders are wearing pampers, children wear pampers, you know that. Who unto you? You cannot elect Anini Oyenusi, and they've been expecting a country to look like New Zealand, Australia, be Austria. Ko possible. Somalia will be nicer and better when these guys are done. Just so you know. Because I know say we are all adults now, but children are here too. There are those who are grandpas who always have their grandkids around to watch Maiyegun. And there are parents too. But I'm just saying now, like, sure you get. That's what you tell your children. Sorry, I'll say this in Ijebu because that's how we say it too. So you get somebody pregnant, in Ijebu. We don't really have to do pregnancy test or DNA test. Not really. You see, I grew up among old people. I keep telling you that, right? Very old people. And when they want to settle pregnancy issue, and you say, I'm not the owner of the pregnancy. You are the owner of the pregnancy. You impregnated me. When you are doing it, did you not know that I'm going to get pregnant? But I'm not the only one who is doing it. There are other people doing it too. So this and that. So yeah, let's go and settle it. The elders will now call and say, Enomdo, Wabobe. Endonio, Wanebobe. Which means you that they give, come here. You that is given, come here. Did you give her any, like, did you enter and say, yes, I did? How many times can you remember that you entered her? Just Baba, just 2 times. 2 times. Just, 2 times. Meji. No, you know, say that one thing they turn to pregnancy, right? If you want to get pregnant round, it's only that one. No, you can do it like 100 times. 100 times. It's not accumulated and all that. Say, which name meji. It worry no more. Like I've seen that happened when I was growing up. That's how we settled the unwanted pregnancy and all of that stuff. And those couples, they lived happily after. They lived happily after. I saw them. They're like just husband and wife like that. Just like that. Peacefully. So when you are sleeping with a girl, okay, every now and then she's there, she's ready. And you are feeling like a boss. They say, Alpha, how was it today? They say, man, that's how you do all the time, you know? Then she can't call you, say she don't get belly. You call, they say, how? Why will you get belly? I say, Baba, you the mad, didn't it? You just say they play lotto, so that you put money inside the you put card inside the ATM machine. When you put card, and when you put your card inside the ATM machine, you expect the machine to give you money. No be so? So when you put your rod inside the what do you call it? What do you expect to happen? I'm just saying, you know, that's exactly what Nigeria is as well. You cannot be seeing your criminals from local government level to state level to federal level to all these places, and you can see them even robbing you, daylight robbery, and then you are expecting a country that has 24 hours electricity, where you have a good standard of living, where they are paying you the living wage, not minimum wage, where your children have access to standard and better education system, healthcare system. You can't have them both. That's what I'm trying to say. And don't act surprised like person where give somebody belly on they act surprised. How can you go and get pregnant? I say, which one is how did I go and get pregnant? Did I impregnate myself? You impregnated me. How many times did I do it? One is okay. It doesn't matter how many times. Just one is okay. Just one endorsement of corrupt people to be in power is okay. Just one is okay to ruin the rest of what have you. I'm so sorry that we had to end it on that note. It's so unusual of me. Okay, I don't know even why I actually went there. You know, I've always wanted to tell you that, but I never had the chance of saying it. But I just did. But I just don't even also know why I had to. So that's why we're going to end it there. Okay. The other is that I am going to go make myself another cup of tea so that I can take calls. And that's where you can come in and add your own voice to this conversation tonight. It's been a long night. Tell me about it. So don't go anywhere, and you can go if you have work tomorrow and it's already late. But if you still want to be part of this, right? Just pick up your phone and call in if you want to. I will be back. Don't go anywhere.
Liar.
Thank you very much. Oh, I already have a caller, by the way. So thank you very much there to those who have responded by going on to like the broadcast. It's so important. And then my caller, I don't know if he's still there. Are you still there?
Yeah, good evening, Maiyegun.
Oh, good evening, ma. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm very well, oh. Thanks for asking.
Please,
ma'am.
Yeah, Mrs. Adeola here.
Mrs. Adeolu, please, ma'am.
Adeola from Dublin.
So sorry.
Yes.
Please, go ahead, ma'am.
How was your day? How's your day?
Same old. You know, I always send it every evening, and then you know, can't complain. Thanks so much for asking again.
And we're happy to be here with you, and you know, being on the Temple of Truth.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. We really appreciate your efforts and your time.
Thanks, man.
For always bringing this to us. And this has always been a situation where, you know, you kind of affirm what some of us think, or what we are, you know, the message we are trying to pass, you know, because every time I'm always saying, you go and listen to Maiyegun and you see what I'm trying to tell you. You go and watch Maiyegun and you see what I'm trying to tell you, you know. And by the time they hear at least maybe one or two, and sometimes what I do is I record you on WhatsApp and send maybe like 2-3 minutes and send it to them, and you know, they don't have answer for me. They just like, it's true. Oh yes, it's true. Have I not been saying it? Have I not been saying? You know, I mean, I don't, you know, kind of know when or try to understand when the Nigerians will come to terms with reality, you know, because now they are seeing bad, and the worst is yet to come.
It is yet to come.
I don't know why it's difficult for them not to like.
CBN governor just came out to say just word. He said the inflation is going to drop to 20% this year before December. Also, petroleum price is going to fall by December because more refineries are working in Nigeria. He said it on TV, ma. There is no refinery working in Nigeria right now producing anything. None. Other than they promised that, Port Harcourt refinery will be working before the middle of the year to start refining. Dangote refinery that they said, it started production, it started this, it started that. But crude oil, whether they give them, right, we never produce or refine petroleum or kerosene. So it's just going to be aviation fuel.
Is it December 2024 they are saying, or December 2024
now, this December, middle of this year.
The one that is 11 months away.
You get that? And also, not just that, they told people, they said that Dangote refinery is coming on, does not mean the price of petrol is going to reduce. They told them repeatedly. But Central Bank governor on TV, I'll show the video when we drop this call, right? He said inflation is going to drop. What do you call it? Price of petrol is going to drop. All of this speculation from the CBN governor that told people that by December 2023, last year, they said the dollar to naira to dollar is going to fall to 640 naira to $1. Do you know what it is today, ma? 1,403 naira to $1. That same guy is telling Nigerians now that inflation will fall by December. Price of petrol will fall by December. And they actually want people like me to believe him. Mrs. Adeola.
Can you imagine?
These are the problems, though. These are the real problems. Ask you questions, though, and say, what you just said now, could you give us some numbers to back it up? When they now give, right, and you realize that they are not like match, they don't make any sense. When you now ask them that, but this thing don't make sense now. You are just an enemy, Charade. They are working on it. They said they are working on it, but they are not working on it. How do you know, Maiyegun? I said they are not. Then they'll be like, you are just enemy hating. Now, when everything comes Pafuka, that's all lies come back to be lies. You see, those who are telling me to give them time, they usually run away. I don't see them again. Or them coming back to say, you know what I mean? Like, come back and say, Maiyegun, I'm so sorry for doubting you. Maiyegun, I'm so sorry for doubting you this year. You know what I mean? They don't. They just look for another reason to defend them.
Maiyegun, the last time I called, I said there's nothing Nnamdi Kanu has said or has preached that has not come to pass. Look at the issue today now. Look at it today. He said it then that Somalia will be better than Nigeria if you guys don't take care.
We know that. Yeah,
is it not coming to pass? He said it. And 7-8 years ago, he said Tinubu is the next president. That after that time, you people, you will see paper and you think it's money. If you go and I've been watching, I've been listening to him since 2014. Up to the time they arrested him or whatever. And everything, they kidnapped him. Everything that he has said, none that has not come to pass. 2 of my sisters, these are people close to me now. 2 of my sisters, one said, there's no way they can divide Nigeria. It has been like that since. I said, okay, no wala.
Give it time.
Few days ago, she was saying, they should just divide that country. I did as if I didn't hear what she said. I pretended.
You're right.
I said, what did you say? That country, enough is enough. They should just divide it. I just smiled. I said, okay, auntie, it is good now. Because I went into my room, I was laughing. I didn't want to argue with her. Like, are you sure? The other one said, until war breaks out, that's when they will realize the kind of wala they are going through. These people, they will not hear. They will start facing themselves now. That one too, I pretended as if I didn't hear what she said. I said, what did you say? Say it again. He said, this is war. This is they are calling war on themselves. These people, they can kill me if I mention them. They can break my neck. You see, you have come with this your Igbo man again. You have come with this Igbo guy again. Today, I said, okay, are we not getting there?
We are getting there.
Are we not getting there?
You remember when I said that a lot of people don't know that it is Nigeria that will force all of us to demand for the breakup of Nigeria, including those of you who are shouting
exactly.
Nigeria today. But just give it time. Nigeria will push you to that precipice. We are getting there, man.
To that place.
Thank you so much. Let me take
and we all be alive to witness it. We will be alive to witness
it's happening faster than
we will be alive to witness it by the grace of God. Amen. We will be alive to witness it.
God bless you.
Amen.
You have a good one,
thank you so much. Yes, really appreciate you. Well done, my brother. My regards to the children, yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Mind yourself. And I'll still do my own donation. I'll still do it. So don't worry.
God bless you again. Yes, thank you. So that's Mrs. Adeola there. And going forward, I actually have another caller, but I think I will take it before I say what I wanted to say. Wow. Hello there.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I'm sorry, Maiyegun.
Hi, ma'am.
Well, I don't know.
Is that silly?
Thank you so much. No, this is not silly.
It is not. I was kind of waiting for that, to that part. But do you mind telling us your name? Is that all right?
You know my name,
Say it, please. My goodness.
I think I've never mentioned my name, but I think you always recognize my voice. So you don't always go that.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Simple Omolara, that's my name, Omolara.
I think I get it now. You see, I'm so sorry, right?
Yes.
I just kind of have this, I have this fetishness.
And this is the first time you asked me of my name anyway.
And I'm glad you reminded me, and now I'm going to keep it. So, my lady, our lady Omolara, thank you so much. Okay.
All right, then.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Yeah, well done. Thank you so much. God bless you. Right. Please, people, if you are not but don't mind, please, can you hit the like button?
Please.
Please. I think that's the first thing we're supposed to be doing once you get on the program. So please, press the like button. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Maiyegun.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to pass message to all these people that they always say something like, "Oh, people are not commending them. People are not appreciating their job. People are not." Do they really know reason why they are there?
I don't think.
Are they just there to just see and just share money and go home?
Well, at least that one is clear. They should stop pretending, making it look like they are helping anybody.
So they're not helping everybody is like they are helping you, people, masses. They are helping you, and you're not appreciating. You're not commending them at all. You believe they're all sorts of things. But I don't get it.
It's an entitlement.
I believe they gave them rule. I mean, what's the rules and the responsibility?
That's right.
I think they should read it before they take up the job. It's a job. They're serving. I mean, the masses.
If you're doing your job,
you're not doing anybody else. They're getting paid.
You're getting paid.
Yeah, they're getting paid for this thing.
You have not seen adverts in Nigerian newspaper. My lady, you have not seen adverts in Nigerian newspaper where state workers are thanking their governors for promptly paying their salaries in Nigeria.
Exactly. Why? Yeah, I know they're doing. Why? For crying out loud. Yeah, when you're working or someone you're at your workplace or you now say thank you to your boss or he asks you like why are you thanking me? Why are you thanking
me? Exactly.
Why? Why are you thanking me? What for? What did I do? I'm not doing my job. You just yes, that's it. So why because we said it now you did not really comment like this. And I remember someone said the same thing sometimes ago when someone was telling him like, oh, the Sylvester something, they didn't do anything. Now this is the period of now Mohbad, and then nothing has been done really since they did it. He said it. Yeah, he said it. Then he just snapped and he said, oh, you people, you are not even appreciating what we are doing. I was like, excuse me.
I know.
Honestly.
And it was there lamenting like me and you would normally lament and say, do you know what I have done? I have been to this, I have been to that. You did so. He was lamenting like that. He said, oh, your people. He also said something like, your people burned the test center here. What do you mean your people?
Yeah.
He said they burned it down during the NSAS. He was pointing at the lady.
They burned it down during the NSAS. So during the NSAS, they burned the one down. So they can't fix it and they can't fix it. And the way supposed to have one in the whole Nigeria, just
they have to send the autopsy to America. They have to send it to America to do autopsy.
Please, what is happening? Please, people, this country is not working. Nigeria is not working. Let's join us together. Let's just divide this country and save life. Let's do this thing once and for all. We need to do this. Naira now is 1,000, almost 1,800. Pounds.
1,790 pounds to 1 pound.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Almost 1,800. Enjoy by me. He got him by there.
Ha. 1 pound. 1 pound, 1,700. So which means before we get to June, middle of the year, 1 pound ma leti leni 2,000.
Alone. What is going on? And people are still just checking. But someone said, oh, she was going, sorry, let me quickly say it.
Yes, ma'am.
She said she was going to walk to to a business to shop.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she just sat down in the car. She didn't even know how to just come off the car. Like, what is going on? That dollar is 1,004.
If you are a business person, there is no way. There is no way you are not going to be nursing high blood pressure as we speak right now in Nigeria at that exchange rate if you're a business person. But if you are not,
honestly,
you may not
I already gave up. You know me before. You know me before that I don't believe in one Nigeria. I always say it's shame that I was doing I see she didn't like it initially, but I realized that for some time now she has changed. She's been it's better with just survive.
No matter how strong you think you are.
Yeah, me long ago I've changed. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. So much, my regards to the family.
Yes,
thank
now
you so much.
that I have been, it's like updating the software. You have updated my software and my memory about yourself better now. So I won't be doubting next time. So sorry about the earlier, all right? So you have a good one too. Okay. Thanks so much. So I have another caller. I have said something before when I told all of us here that when the criminal politicians of Nigeria are talking, they can talk. They are actors. Politicians are actors. If you want them to act like they are sad, they will do it so well that all of you can begin to start crying. Have you seen where politicians are pretending to be crying? And then their what do you call their aides, their PAs, SA, and all of their loyalists, they will also pretend to be crying. Oh, Atiku is crying. Oh my God, Atiku. Oh, I don't like seeing Atiku cry. Oh, Peter B and all of that. You know that thing? Politicians they are like actors. Don't ever forget that. Whether good or bad, sure they can act. That's one thing about Nigerian politicians. But hang on, let me take this. Hello there.
Maiyegun, good evening. This is Kalu from London.
From London. That's Kalu, my brother.
Yeah.
How are you tonight, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. And yourself?
Well, very well. Thanks for asking. And the weekend is almost here too. So please.
Yeah, I will just call it. Yeah, hope you and the family and everybody's looking fine. Yeah.
Very well. Thanks so much for asking.
Yeah, thanks for keeping us up to date, obviously, with in diaspora.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be quick and analyze.
Just go on now.
I'm gonna be quick and analyze a different segment of what is happening at the moment. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
People, like, you raise an issue about all the governors saying thank you to Tinubu whenever they win their court cases. What people have forgot to realize is the Tinubu judgment needed to be justified by making sure all the other subsequent judgment align with his own judgment to avoid a review of his own judgment. Otherwise, if Tinubu judgment was clear and clean, the Politico judgment would have been reversed.
That's right.
So if you notice all the elections where there was any irregularities, I'm sitting on a keg of powder. The people that are supposed to fight me, I will make sure they're also sitting on a keg of powder, which are the governors. So all the governors have something. Tinubu has everything on most of them. All of them are went to Supreme Court.
That's right.
That is why they're all thanking him, because they know that his judgment made their own to steal. That is one. Secondly, by making sure Fubara win that
court case.
Supreme case, now he's going to deal with Wike. Wike had won over Tinubu for that Port Harcourt madness he did during the election. He was only supposed to deliver 25%.
That's right.
But he went mad and did more than he should do.
That's right.
Now Tinubu has time to deal with him now because he has a replacement for him, which has been certified by Supreme Court.
Some said that it's the divide and rule. He's introducing to them there, and I kind of like to agree with that. Go on.
That is one side. Then second, another thing people are not actually taking into cognizance is the fact that America came to Nigeria. The last time America sent an envoy to Nigeria was a night before Jonathan election. No subsequent American diplomat came to Nigeria. They came to Nigeria to check on their intel they have on their man, who is now a president. And the intel was being kept for them in Lagos, which they went to confirm that that place is actually where our intel is going to be kept. That is that facility they want to check. There's not what investment is America coming to do in Nigeria when all the American companies are running away. So it's just to keep their intel, their intelligence unit there to make sure that they monitor what is happening within the country. If at any point they need to get something done, they are going to get what they want and move away
because
quickly.
They have compromise on the president of Nigeria, which means that they can get away with whatever they want in Nigeria. And we will never know all this until these people are kicked out. Then later we'll be hearing all the compromise and what America took advantage of Nigeria. No be so?
Yes. Tell me, which other country would America set up an intelligence unit in Lagos instead of the headquarters in Abuja?
In Abuja.
Because they needed it to be where they have control over. And that's why he's moving some of the things back to Lagos. Because when I started thinking about it, I was like, okay, these guys are on lease. They are managing the lease for them. But they are realizing what everybody's realizing. It's getting to a point where many people are beginning to think, you know what? Do I really want to be called a Nigerian? Or do I just want to become my own name so I can go in my own peace? And that is what is going to happen now, because by the time Naira get to 1,000, or no, sorry, 2,000 to the dollar, and people start carrying wheelbarrow to go and buy bread, like you've been telling them 5 or 6 years ago that they're going to use wheelbarrow to buy bread, like they do in Zimbabwe, and they do in one other Latin American country. People will now realize that, okay,
what do you call that one again?
this thing, trade by barter is better than currency. And by then, you begin to get that resource control that they've been trying to avoid. Because trade by barter meaning you have control over your own resources.
That's right. So Venezuela loading. Some said that Venezuela would just be like United
Venezuela
States.
loading.
If Nigeria get to the state of Venezuela, they said Somalia, even Somalia will be better. That's what Nnamdi Kanu said, and that's kind of more like prophecy, kind of, right? If Nigeria turned to Somalia, people they carry wheelbarrow to buy stuff. I mean, use wheelbarrow to carry money to buy stuff like Zimbabwe. Or more. I don't want to imagine it though. But we are headed there now, Abi.
Yeah, but what you're gonna find out is by America coming to set up that place they're setting up, they're gonna inform Kolu to start using the dollar. That creates additional demand for the dollar.
That's another one. No, when your currency becomes so worthless.
Thank you. Instead of you going for a new currency, they will tell you use the dollar. We will give you reserve in dollar. That means you strengthen the dollar in the international market by making it looking stronger.
For a country like Nigeria to start using dollar, that's a big, huge boost for dollar in that region. Remember the threat of China,
of the black population.
So America will be using one stone to kill two birds in Nigeria then?
Thank you.
Wow.
And they will influence the demand for their own dollar.
Wow.
And that is why the CBN, now I'm beginning to understand the logic behind the CBN being moved, some operational unit we moved to Lagos. That is how I look at it. That's my own perspective about it.
And see,
because they want to damage the currency to
a point of view, I have to say.
Because they want to damage our own currency so that we start using their own currency. And if we use their own currency, there is no need to convert the naira to get the dollar for the politicians. They already have the money already. Nigeria constitutes 25% of global black population. 25% of global black are using your currency. That is a demand massive. You don't even need to bother about.
That's massive.
So you created a market for a currency that never existed before. Then if you look at it, when you said they're saying, the CBN governor was saying that they're going to start, inflation is going to drop. Inflation will never drop in Nigeria because the driver of inflation is spending money without productivity.
Without production.
Until productivity pick up, and the only place you can produce in Nigeria at the moment without electricity is farming. And the people that have been farming for years and years are being killed by Boko Haram.
Yeah.
And the Boko Haram, nobody's protecting them. When they take up arms to defend themselves, they cannot do anything. So what is happening is you continue to drop until you fall into that trap.
Wow.
The northern elites have been having several meetings over and over since Kolu became president, they are all thinking, like I called last time to say, they thought Kolu was gonna die within the first 6 months. Now he's not dying. He's becoming even more fitter. He's waving hands. He's doing everything. They're like, wait, this guy don't sell us boo-boo. Don't go. And I don't blame him because he did what he has to do to win. Now they're having the first time I saw Sultan of Sokoto come out. How many times have you seen Northerners complain about any movement? When Sirika moved all those things from Lagos to Abuja, did any Western
no one from the southern Nigeria?
The Yoruba group came out.
I can't even remember if that was an issue then.
I didn't even know it happened. To be honest with you, until now, I didn't even know it happened. When they moved the capital from,
maybe it's just one of those headlines that you read and be like, inconsequential. Let me go read something else. Yeah.
When they moved the capital from Lagos, when they moved the capital from Lagos to Abuja, Abuja was a virgin land. On whose basis? Who signed the agreement? On what constitution did they sign an agreement to move to Abuja? It's a military decree.
It was.
And that is what they've been using since. Okay, NDA is in Kaduna, and people have been killed in Plateau. Plateau is less than the distance from Plateau is less than Lagos to Ondo. And you're telling me people have been killed there. No police, not Air Force bases all over there. They can't even from Abuja to that place is quicker than from Abuja to Lagos.
Yeah, now 1 hour 20
So why can't they send? Thank you. They couldn't even send any fighter jet to go and check. Even drone. Let's say okay, no send fighter jet, send drone. They didn't send anything. Then you expect people to just lie down and take it. It's gonna get to what you people have been saying. Yeah, even though I did support it before, I don't believe in it, but it's getting to a point where everybody you're talking to in Nigeria is talking about when is the division gonna start. Like everybody's getting to a point where they're asking, okay, they're not having a date in their head.
A lot of people can't even talk much anymore. They're just, you know what? I'm just tired. I just want them to just break this country. Let everybody just go their way. That is the frustration people are expressing these days, Papa.
If we're not careful, the next election is going to be a case of people don't get date for their head. People don't get date for their head. But the date, nobody don't confirm and say, make it start. Because, for example, Mayetti Allah declared their own army a couple of days ago. The same army that Amoteku brought out, and every the stupid Malamu, what was his name, came out and started complaining. The same thing that Nnamdi Kanu tried to do. Everybody started crying. But they march. They march with military people following them.
Yes. Protecting
Isn't that the height of hypocrisy?
It is so. Some said it
then
is
2 days later, this thing happened in Plateau.
Or impunity. I said it's everything. All of the above.
Then 2 days later, this thing happened in Plateau. Where are those so-called Mayetti Allah people not going to guide those people? So they say they're going to guide everybody. My brother. Anyway, let me not take much of your time.
No, you have done so well. I appreciate talking to you. I have to say thank you so much. Okay, for joining us on that. Okay, thanks a lot. So I am going to take another one. I've got I don't know. I got Charm. How are you tonight?
Hi. I'm fine, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Thank you.
So you've been following the chart since, right?
Not really.
No, okay.
I've just been. I listened to the show yesterday, to your session yesterday, and again, you brought up my name, and somebody else has used the same name again today. I mean, for goodness sake,
you are already famous in the temple, and that is expected. You see, there are those you call the temple workers. These are people, after everybody listen, they also want to add their own views to it to make it more and more interesting. So you guys are famous, yeah? And I bet that you all have a community on that YouTube in particular. I am going to be one of these days there and be with everyone one day. Okay.
The YouTube chat is a whole different dimension,
vibe.
On its own. You know, you have like Martinelli, Ade Williams, they keep it going. You know? So I can't keep up even, you know.
That's grand. So Charm, you want to be part of it?
So I've listened to the show, and in fact, I wasn't really intending to call, but I just have to commend the previous caller. I think he really, really has thought some things, you know, out. And it doesn't really make it easier listening to him say all of these things, because that should tell us clearly that we have a bigger problem. The problem that we have is not solely the people in Nigeria. We also have external forces who I think we've established would like the status quo, things to remain the way they are because it suits a different agenda for them, which is the strengthening of their own currency, the strengthening of their own economy. This is what I'm saying to you when I say to you that, you know, us being in all these other countries is not a win. It's actually a loss, because you're losing, how will I put it? You're losing your intellectuals. You're losing, you know, even family connections, brain drain, you know, family breakdown. Because okay, I have my kids here, right? But they don't have, in as much as, you know, you can video call your cousins and everything, but you don't have that close connection with them like the way I had with my cousins growing up, you know. So they don't have, so they lean. Let me put it this way: we are raising Nigerians made in Britain, made in America, made in wherever, you know, part of the continent you are in. You're not raising, and I don't want to use Nigeria, we're not raising a Yoruba man raised in Yoruba land with those influences that are unique to Yoruba people, with those things that you say he needs to learn from the environment, the people, the interaction, the way we laugh, the way we live, the way we love, the way we challenge each other. So that's not there, because you're doing it a different way outside of that. So they have their own challenges. So sometimes when I'm even trying to be hard on these kids, I have to remember that sometimes I say that they don't have the same fire that we have when living in Nigeria. They have burn, that desire to do more, right? It's not there. Well, we have to.
That community bonding, family bonding, things that actually make make a community. They say it takes a whole community to raise a child.
Exactly,
as
to
Africans,
raise it.
That's who we are. But these days,
yeah, that's who we are.
To those of us who are now making our children and families from outside that space.
So it's different,
I know.
Exactly. So those are all the negatives that come from actually raising our kids.
And it wouldn't have even been so worse, Charm, for those who are listening to us, if this issue of insecurity, mismanagement, and all of these things that have contributed, hugely negatively to our people. We are here. We can't take our families home because we have to think twice. And if you take them home, they can't even explore home, where we call home. You get that?
Exactly. And like if I want to take them, I'll probably take them to Lagos. But Lagos is not exactly where I want to take them. I want to take them to my village.
Yes.
To go and see their grandma, to go and see their cousins, extended cousins, and things like that. But they don't have that. So those are the things that when we leave our country, when we leave our regions and everything, those are the things that we're losing. Intellectuals, we're losing kids. We're donating to this country, Now,
like generations of Africans are being raised not in an African way. I mean, we still have to give kudos to all of us African parents in the diaspora doing our things, improvising, based on the resources available to us, right? But we would have done so well if these children, this generation of Yorubas, Igbos, and then others like that from everywhere. If this generation of children have that mix-up that a lot of us experience, like you said, right? Where they are able
a lot of us experience, and let's say and let's say that they had like an enabling environment. What you want is for those regions, Yoruba region, Biafra, all these middle belt and everything, to be an enabling, to be an option for them. Like, okay, if I'm not thriving here, I can go back to where my ancestors are from and thrive there. But we don't have that option, and that's part of the problem. And listening to the previous caller, what I can see is, like I said, is we have a bigger problem. We have external entities who are benefiting from, like you said, the current situation. They're using it to strengthen their economies. They're using it to strengthen their currency. All of those things are benefits to them. We don't seem to matter. And what is bankable for them is the fact that we will betray each other. They have people, like you said, they have compromise on. That is what they can take to the bank. That there are people who they can rely on, who will disenfranchise their own people for their own benefits. Has it ever, because I was talking to my sister yesterday and I said to her, does it make any sense if I keep coming to you and asking you for money and you keep giving it to me when you don't even see what I'm doing with the money? And you know fully well that it's either I'm stealing it or, I'm mismanaging it, but you're not holding me accountable.
Anyway.
You're giving it to me. Now let's think about money laundering, right? Where exactly is all of these monies that they're giving to countries like Nigeria coming from? Especially countries like Nigeria, where we know that corruption is rife, right? Where exactly is all this money coming from? That they're freely giving to countries like ours. I suspect, I have no proof, I don't have the manpower, neither do I have the resources to actually investigate these things, but this is a massive scam and a massive money laundering operation that we have going on here with all these countries, with all these entities
lenders that we just have no idea the ridiculous interest that they are adding, which are continually put to put the member countries who they are giving this money to.
Exactly.
To put them in poverty.
And they have such a how do I put it, a high level structure, because even as we're cleaning this, as far as I'm concerned, dark money, dirty money that we don't know where they're getting from, they're making money. They're making interest on it.
Yes,
we're leveraging on, like you said, with oil of what 12 billion, right? We're taking a loan. It's collateral for a loan of 3 billion.
Yes.
Does that make any kind of sense? So they're making.
So these guys is a great deal. They know Nigeria will not pay.
Exactly.
They are just going to wait for a few years and start taking the crude oil. That's it.
And start taking the crude oil. So now we've cleaned their dirty money, right? We've cleaned their dark money where we don't know where it's coming from. Because again, remember I said to you that things like the sale of things like illegal organs, right? Illegal sex trafficking, all of those things.
Traffickers
organ trafficking and things like that. You're looking at sales of over $3 trillion.
Dollars industry.
Who is going to clean? Because before somebody uses that money, somebody has to clean it. So this is my own suspicion. Like I said, I do not have any concrete evidence. But exactly. But when you think logically about where exactly is this money, who would do it? I wouldn't do it. If you came to me and asked me for money once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, at some point I'm going to say, you know what? I'm sorry, I can't be giving you money because I don't know what you're doing with it.
Especially if I'm actually loaning it to you and I can't see what you're doing with it, and I also see that you have no capacity to pay it back. If there's nothing sinister here, why do they keep giving Nigeria money?
Exactly. Why do they keep giving Nigeria money?
Your suspicion is valid, okay? And a lot of people probably think so too.
Do you know what, Maiyegun, listening to you, like I said, it has opened my mind. It has made me really start to think things critically and try to look at things from an outside of the box type of way.
We have to read beyond headlines. You know that.
But I don't know how we're going. We have to do that, but it also poses a big problem. As in how we all agree, and I think across the board we all agree that the country needs to be broken apart, just so that you can even break this a stranglehold that the external entities actually have on the country, right? And then, like I think Sekou, we need more than 2 revolutions. I beg, because
north, exactly. So what happened is that when things get
go on.
The
first one is to break the current situation. Revolution number 1. Revolution number 2 is when you did leadership. That's the second revolution, because you can't have the same people that we suspect they have compromise on, because the cycle continues. So that's another one that needs to take place. I know.
But just for the sake of our listeners, I think you've asked these similar questions many times, and I'm going to believe that this what you just asked tonight as well, like it's like rhetorical question, kind of like saying, how do we get out of this? How do we do this or that? How do we get the revolution and all that? It's not because you have no direct answer to. But I am going to say this quickly, Charm, right?
Yes.
We all said the revolution we need will be 2 revolutions in the north and maybe another 2 in the south. But we also agreed that we need the revolution of the mind. And a lot of people have confirmed on this platform that this platform has impacted. You also just confirmed that too. Like it has impacted your sort of a line of reasoning when you are dealing with the issue of Nigeria now. Now you pay attention, critical attention to a lot of things now. And then you ask more questions now, even if they are not going to give you answers. But you always have questions now, right questions to ask. Now, you see, when we begin to have population that are as, educated and as well-informed as yourself, you know what that does to people? It gives you this different courage, because you are armed with information that except somebody has an answer for them, they dare not stand in front of you and tell you to shut up. Now, when you have that kind of, when you are armed with that kind of information or that kind of courage, now imagine that in large numbers. When you have, for example, you have about 10,000 people who come out with that same mindset, and you are there, and you are addressing them, and the way you are talking, there are like another 10,000 people like yourself who can always talk like you, even if they take you away. Another will join there and continue exactly what you are saying. Now we need that population. We need that citizens, educated, informed citizens, right? Then once we have that number, Charm.
Yeah, your platform needs to go.
I am so confident. The table will turn. People will not know the truth. and remain in darkness. You see, a lot of people are also kind of confused. We are living in a superstitious world, Nigeria, where superstitions, makeups are believed than facts. But it is all because a lot of people are so kind of lazy to follow the story, follow the money. You are beginning to do that now, and I bet you love it. Because the more you discover, the more angrier you become, yeah? Now imagine yourself the way you feel towards all this information you have. Imagine yourself in 10,000 places. So you can then begin to understand where my own, what do you call it, optimism is coming from. That's why I said the part we are going through right now is the revolution of the mind. There will be a physical one. Charm.
The waking up of
worry.
the people.
We will get there. It's so disappointing, disappointingly slow. It's taking forever. Maiyegun, you always said that. I said, I know it is disappointingly slow, but are we making any progress? Yes, we are.
There's progress.
Is it enough? Not yet. Go on, Cham.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot to add. I will, maybe continue along this line of the same optimism that we're waking up hearts and minds, and hopefully we gather more momentum. We have more
getting
people.
There. It's only one single mistake they will make. I've said this before on this platform. Okay, I said they have done worse. They have done a lot of horrible things that we believe that they are untouchable. They cannot, anybody can do. See, Charm, when people are ready. I'm talking about, when I say ready, I'm talking about when they are already, when they are armed with the right information, the information that get them so annoyed that how did we take all this bullshit this long, right? If you just been at Tinubu go enter driver's seat of the presidential car, something that has never happened before, right? They will just say, if Tinubu enter the driver's seat, you can't drive and can't hit gates. Somebody will now say, can you see how Tinubu crashed 1 million naira car?
The car.
I say, these people must go today. They crashed a car. I say, wait, are you mad because they crashed the car? No, I'm mad about a lot of things. This is the final one. They say Nigerians are protesting because their president crashed a car. I say, what?
What? Exactly.
Well, that's the country where they have been killing them. They never, I say, well, that's it. They just, one single mistake can turn the whole thing. But we need people's mind and brain to be available so that they will no longer be manipulated again as they are jumping from this frying pan. They will end up in another inferno. It's so important.
Absolutely, just to close lastly, really, you're right.
I've wasted our time already, but it's worth it. I'm glad we're having this chat, okay? So we are not using time this evening. Go on.
Yeah, that freeing of the mind, because that will protect us from subsequent people that whom they might find compromise. Let's say everything works well. Exactly. So that would once we're able to identify such a person that is working against the interests of the people, you say, okay, no, enough of you. We don't need your likes, and that takes, like you said, that the renewing of the minds of people. So again, kudos to you and the work that you are doing.
Charm, this is the toughest. Okay, to call out and say, hey, let's go is the easiest. You get that? This is the toughest. The ones that gives people gives themselves the reasons why they will say, we don't want this life. We don't want this kind of life. We deserve better. That's the toughest job. But we will do it. We are doing it.
But it has to be done.
It has to be done. Thank you so much, Charm, right?
Thank you, Maiyegun. Well done.
The curtains tonight with that beautiful chat I just had with you there. And say me well to the kids, okay? And the family.
Same here.
Bye-bye. So I am going to draw my curtains here. And again, as people have told me severally in the past, Maiyegun, just please don't stop. Okay? Because you might not have a clue what this voice does in the brains and the minds of those who kind of take their time to listen to your analysis, compare them, and then they will sit on their own to kind of, ruminate on them, sort of think over what they have heard on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. They drop those, they believe, I'm not interested in that one. But there's no way you'll be on Maiyegun's Diary Politico and you will not have at least one thing that will keep you up, few more minutes, if not hours, after watching Maiyegun, because you can see yourself in every frame of the scenario that could happen to you. Even though it's not happening to you, it's happening to other people, but it could happen to you. Now, if you now compare that scenarios and say, I would never want that to happen to me, then you realize that you have a call. that you must answer. It's called clarion calls. Your mind is ready. Your mind knows what is wrong from what is right. Your mind knows what should be done. Now, we will now get to the part where your brain, your body and your everything will now follow suit. Now, until then, I will continue to do this my thankless job. I mean, I've been thanked many times by wonderful people all over the world for this token, okay? However, in my mind, you don't really hold me any thanksgiving. You don't hold me any, no. Because you see, if I don't have the resources to fight, to fight the oppressors in a way, but I do have resources. And if this is the little I can do and contribute to enlighten the people whose lives will be in danger due to this bad governance and then a failed system that is intentional, it is deliberate. Now, if this is what I can contribute to the minds of those that will likely become victims of Nigeria, and if that's all I have to contribute, I will do it diligently. I will do it religiously. And if it's only one soul I am able to save at the end of the day, I'm just going to rely on what the posterity will say about me. So now, if we can replicate this in every soul that hear my voice every now and then our journey may not be as far as a lot of people are making us to believe. It is possible. It is doable. We can be free from the shackles of these career criminals, and inside this contraption where we have this clash of a civilization, the ones that has been claiming the lives of our own population. Now, when you go around left, right, and center, and somebody says, what is the future of Nigeria? It is the breakup of Nigeria that is the future of Nigeria. It is to save lives. So, if you don't understand it now, I understand you. You will understand. And you know what? Nigeria will make you understand. It is just a matter of time. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. And I'm so sorry that we couldn't take too many calls. We will take them some other time, okay? But before you leave tonight, remember, you can still like the broadcast, share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and then set your notification on so that when Maiyegun is live, you will be told. I'll see you some other time. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. àníyàn súnra kì ijó ìgbádìyẹ àníyàn súnra kì pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o àníyàn súnra kì kí gómìnà kówó jẹ àníyàn súnra kì ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá àníyàn súnra kì aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o àníyàn súnra kì òkúrọ̀ olóṣèlú àníyàn súnra kì ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì àníyàn súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bóyá àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.